The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. Plato. In these words, Plato captures a truth as timeless as it is profound. He speaks not of the external conquests that fill history books, battles won, territories claimed, but of the inner battle that each of us must face. This is the battle to master oneself, to bring our own desires, fears, and impulses under the control of reason and virtue. What does it mean to conquer oneself? It is to gain mastery over the internal forces that shape our lives. It is to rise above the instincts that often drive us to act in ways that betray our true nature. Consider the anger that flares up in response to a perceived slight, or the envy that gnaws at us when we see others achieve what we desire. These emotions are natural, yet when left unchecked, they lead us away from the path of wisdom. To conquer oneself is to recognize these impulses, to acknowledge them without being ruled by them. It is to cultivate a mind that remains calm in the face of provocation, that seeks understanding over judgment, and chooses patience over immediate gratification. This victory is not about suppressing our emotions, but understanding them, mastering them, and channeling them in a way that aligns with our higher principles. Self-mastery begins with self-awareness. It requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that we often hide from others, and even from ourselves. It means asking the difficult questions. What drives my actions? What fears hold me back? Where do my true values lie? And how often do I act in accordance with them? Each day presents us with countless opportunities to either conquer or be conquered by ourselves. In moments of anger, do we lash out, or do we seek to understand the source of our frustration? When faced with temptation, do we indulge, or do we exercise restraint, keeping our long-term goals in mind? These choices, though seemingly small, are the very battlegrounds of self-mastery. Each decision we make, each impulse we choose to either follow or resist, determines whether we emerge victorious in the battle within. Plato warns of the danger of being conquered by oneself. This is the state where we become enslaved to our own desires, where we allow fear, anger, or pride to dictate our actions. To be conquered by oneself is to live in a constant state of internal conflict, where our higher self is overshadowed by our baser instincts. When we allow ourselves to be conquered, we betray the very essence of who we are. We become strangers to our own potential, locked in a cycle of shame, guilt, and regret. This is a life of turmoil, where the soul is fragmented, unable to find peace. But here lies the paradox. The battle to conquer oneself is not a one-time victory. It is a continuous journey, a daily practice. The challenges we face may change, but the struggle remains constant. And it is in this ongoing effort that we find the deepest meaning and fulfillment. To conquer oneself is not to eliminate all desires, but to cultivate those that lead us toward growth and wisdom. It is to prune away the thoughts and habits that do not serve us, much like tending to a garden. It is a practice of mindful living, where every action is guided by reflection and purpose. And just as a garden needs constant care, so too does the soul. We must regularly examine our thoughts, question our motivations, and align our actions with our deepest values. This is the work of a lifetime, but it is also the source of true freedom. In mastering ourselves, we achieve a victory that no external force can take from us. This victory brings with it a deep sense of peace, a harmony between our inner and outer lives. It allows us to face the world with a steady mind, knowing that we are in control of our destiny. Plato's words remind us that the greatest victory is not over others, but within ourselves. And though this path is challenging, it is also the most rewarding. For in conquering ourselves, we find the freedom to live a life of purpose, integrity, and wisdom. Let us take these words to heart, striving each day to win the battle within. For in doing so, we not only conquer ourselves, but we also unlock the true potential of our lives. Thank you for joining us at Stoic Wisdom Hub. Remember, the journey to wisdom begins within. Stay vigilant, stay reflective, and keep striving for self-mastery. Until next time, stay strong.